Hello, this is a slide presentation for students, parents, and teachers on what assistive technology is. It is also known as AT, is kind of the abbreviation. We want to share with you what AT looks like in the schools, what does the implementation of AT look like, and then presentations on AT tools for curriculum with video tutorials and tip sheets with step-by-step instructions with pictures on how to use the tools and resources for books and other curriculum materials. So first off, I want to go over what my learning goals are. This is what the slides show, what I would like you to learn. First, I would like the students, teachers, and parents to be able to access these quick tips and video tutorials on free assistive technology tools to use at home to access their curriculum. Secondly, I want students, teachers, and parents to utilize these resources for further learning and strategies on how to implement these tools. My plan is to provide access to free assistive technology tools for students to use at home to access their curriculum on the web, and then also to provide tip sheets and video tutorials for students, teachers, and parents to assist the learning on how to use these tools. So what is assistive technology? So if you have not heard the official definition, the Oregon Administrative Rules defines assistive technology in two ways. What is an assistive technology device and what are assistive technology services? An assistive technology device means any piece of equipment or product system, whether acquired or customized, that is used to increase, maintain, or improve the functional capabilities of a child with a disability. At the bottom of the page, I have a link to the Oregon Administrative Rules that explains these definitions. So what next? What are assistive technology services? Assistive technology services directly assists a child with a disability in the selection, acquisition, or use of an assistive technology device. So this is what we're doing right now is I am helping you use an assistive technology device and give you instruction on that. And again, at the bottom of the page, I have a link to the Oregon Administrative Rules to explain the definitions. So my next slide here is Assistive Technology Key Concepts. One of the things we want you to know is that assistive technology needs to be integrated into the curriculum and the daily activities of the students across environments. Persons supporting the students across all environments in which the assistive technology is expected to share responsibility for implementation of the plan. Persons supporting the student provide opportunities for the student to use a variety of strategies, including assistive technology, and learn which strategies are most effective for particular circumstances and tasks. And finally, learning opportunities for the student, family, and staff are an integral part of implementation. These key concepts come from the quality indicators for assistive technology. I have a link at the bottom of the page right here. And if you are interested, you can go check that out. The abbreviated is called QUIET. So assistive technology. Truce. Assistive technology lowers barriers for many. However, it is not meant to replace specially designed instruction, but can work in conjunction with it. An example of that is, yes, assistive technology for reading, so text to speech, where it reads text to students, does not negate that they still need to be instructed on reading comprehension and reading strategies. The next is many assistive technology tools that are needed for students to benefit from their education are being used by the general population because they're good design. This is an example of that are cell phones with speech to text on them. They are used by the general population because it makes life easier. But for some of our students, it is the only effective way that they can produce writing. So that makes it AT or universal design for learning, that they need that specific tool in order to be successful. And finally, assistive technology can be low tech. So things like pencil grips or organizational tools are considered assistive technology. So assistive technology and online learning. In this new environment that we're in, we need to address the needs of students at home with online learning, and we need to consider the various platforms that students will be using and provide options for each platform. So some of the platforms are Chromebooks, Windows computers, Apple computers, iPhone, iPads, and iPod Touches, Android devices, Kindles, Nooks, and Kobo, or other reading devices. So, some of the assistive technology categories that we're going to cover today are assistive technology for the following academic tasks: reading, writing, organization, spelling and grammar, and math. So the first thing we're going to tackle, which is a big issue for many students, is assistive technology for reading. These reading tools are for students who struggle with reading, whether it be decoding the words, being able to sound them out, slow processing speed, or it might be just a preferential situation that they comprehend better listening to text. On this slide, we have links to the free software and resources, step-by-step instructions with pictures on how to access them, and links to video tutorials that show how to access them. The first thing that we're going to be providing is a free text-to-speech extension on your Google Chrome. And text-to-speech means students will be able to listen to text with digital audio. So the first one is a read and write. It's a free extension for Google Chrome. I have instructions on how to install it on your student's computer if they have Google. In Chromebooks, there's a built-in accessibility called Select and Speak right here. It's a free accessibility feature in Chromebooks. There's instructions on how to turn it on and how to use it. And then on iDevices, built into their accessibility features is Speak Selection, which allows you to listen to text on the iDevice. Down below here is our spreadsheet of free digital books and curriculum that is free and accessible on the web. So hopefully you'll be able to take advantage of that. So assistive technology for writing. These tools are for students who struggle with the following writing issues. One, they have difficulty producing legible handwriting. And when they handwrite, they have difficulty spelling words correctly. They might struggle with keyboarding. They are either too slow or, again, they have spelling difficulties. Or they fatigue when writing. Another issue might be a talented and gifted student who thinks at a faster rate than their handwriting or keyboarding can accommodate, and they can get thoughts out faster with speech to text. So the main tool that we're talking about here for writing is speech to text. That means talking into a device. And in Google Chrome, there's a wonderful tool called voice typing in Google Docs. And here's a tutorial on that with step-by-step directions. And then also in Chromebooks only, not Google Chrome, but in Chromebooks only, there are free accessibility tools called dictation accessibility features. And so that is a great way to be able to do voice typing, or speech to text is the generic term. So next, assistive technology for organization. Graphic organizers are widely used for students to help them organize their thoughts before writing. And so I put on here two different websites where you can download or print free graphic organizer. Here's Teachnology and Scholastic Teachable Graphic Organizers. One of the other assistive technology things we're looking at is spelling, and one of the best ones I've had access to is called Grammarly, and it's available on Google, Apple, and Windows devices. And it is a spell checker and a grammar checker. It's very easy for students because it underlines in a bold red when something is spelled wrong or they think it's spelled wrong. And then as they click on that, it will show the possible solution and explain what the process, whether it was they're missing a comma or they need to take away a comma, whether they need to capitalize, or if something's wrong, then it gives the student choices. So this is an excellent tool for students. The next area is assistive technology for making documents accessible. This is one of the biggest challenges for our students, is that when a teacher hands out a paper document or sends them a PDF document to the computer, they can't listen to it with text to speech or write on it with keyboarding or speech to text. These tools are demonstrations in Google Docs on how to make some documents accessible. So there are tutorials. This one is mainly for how a student can actually make their document readable and writable. And this one, making PDFs editable to share in Google Classroom, is great for teachers when they're trying to put together classroom and online materials. They want to make them accessible so their students can listen to them and write on them. The next is assistive technology for math. This first, our students that struggle with math is because sometimes they struggle writing math on a computer or being able to read the word problems or their textbooks. So one of the previous tools, the read and write, can read textbooks to them. But right here is the Understood website, has a whole list of tools, most of them free, but some are paid. But we want you to focus on the free ones. And then this is a great virtual graph paper online that helps students write out problems on the computer, and there's a tutorial for that. So thank you for your time. We hope that these tools are helpful. If you have questions, please contact us. I'm Shannon Henry at Northwest Regional Education Service District, and there's my contact information. Thank you very much.